Hey guys, it's Smalls, and I'm here to bring you the review of D.Gray-man chapter 224. Now, first off, let me start by saying this was a very short chapter. So short, I actually had to double check to make sure I wasn't reading a mistranslation. Like, if there were pages lost. I even went back to the previous chapter, which honestly I should have done beforehand, to try to get the context of everything, because the first couple of pages confused the living hell out of me. So basically, this chapter had picked up from where we had left off, which was Tiki and the others taking the Millennium Earl home. Something that more or less I felt due to the not really cliffhanger, but the very final panel of not even last season's, because we came back from a hiatus, so we haven't got a chapter since the summer. So the summer chapter's last panel showed it, the Millennium Earl crying as he was being taken back through the Ark. So you'd think that this chapter would start off with him, finishing the transition through the Ark. By the end of this short chapter, he's still not finished transitioning through the Ark. That's how short the chapter was. Might have been 8 pages, maybe less. I'm pretty sure it was like 7 to 8 pages, no joke. Now, I did actually say, back during my review of the summer chapter, that it felt like the number of pages were fluctuating. I can't remember exactly what I said. It's been half a year. So, and I probably should have made an update video when I realized, more recently actually, that we didn't have a fall chapter for some reason. Now, there was, news reports about them being on hiatus back then. Like, that was actually put in the news. So I probably should have checked that and realized that earlier. But when you have a seasonally manga that you read/review, you're just more looking for the releases rather than the news, because you don't know when to really start looking for shit. So what I did after, realizing that this really was our chapter of the season, I realized, holy shit, I gotta Google this shit. So, I searched on Google to try to find an explanation for, this short chapter, which is basically, there's not much to actually review on this chapter, because it was not really a full-on chapter, not even page-wise, but content-wise, which is weird because Hoshino-sensei really loves her stories. Like, she is very, very, every chapter has big plot elements being discussed one way or another, and that didn't happen. Nothing happened this entire chapter. Nothing on Alan's side, nothing on the Exorcist side, just them continuing to just slowly descend into the Ark. That's it. And Nei's like, I will be the one to kill you one day. And Tiki just stares at him. That is literally this chapter, the first chapter we've gotten in 6 months. In other words, the worst is probably about to fall upon us, and Hoshino-sensei is probably not up to speed at all right now. I fear for her health. She is probably not good. I say probably because here's the thing. Going back to the Google search, there was nothing in English in the news in the last couple of months to begin with. I went to a Portuguese language article that, at least thankfully, Google Translate managed to surprisingly well translate it into English without, with proper grammar and everything on ptanime.com. But unfortunately, the only thing they had to report, because this was the latest news, the most recent news article, I probably should have realized from the date alone, but it was January 5th, and all it was saying was that the manga is back in this winter edition for January 20th, so really January 18th, or 19th, that's what it was. But yeah, it was literally just that. Although it looks like the 25th volume will finally be coming out. yeah, it was... Her health is definitely not good right now. Honestly, we might never get to finish the actual series at this point. So continuing it was probably not the best idea at her state. And not like Hunter x Hunter, where, shoot, what's his name again? I actually continuously forget, like, some of their names. No joke. No joke, man. But, either way, that mangaka also is plagued with, you know, occasional hiatuses due to health. And I have also, Togashi Sensei's work I've also reviewed. So, both of them probably should have waited considerably longer, but because of us endearing fans, neither of them could wait, and during 2016, they came back with a very short, brief, yet beloved, and well worth the wait vengeance. But, just like Togashi Sensei had to almost immediately go back on hiatus, seems Hoshino Sensei might not be that far behind. Because, considering how abysmally short this chapter was after 6 months of rest, we can literally only assume the absolute worst. Because this was basically just a teaser for chapter 225, which will not be coming at the very least for another, was it 3 months? And that's only if her health does not continue to deteriorate. And no, I did not call for Hey Siri. Shouldn't even actually hear me, freaking phone. But yeah, her health has deteriorated tremendously. And this series might just be done for. I'm not even kidding you. There's not really anything we can say that would probably save this series. This is just sad. There's nothing in the news right now, and we don't know what could happen. So, to really bring things to a turn, because I feel like I've just been stating the same thing over and over again, I will, due to my negligence to do it back in the, fall, be constantly looking for more on this topic, Hoshino Sensei's health, and, I'll look at Togashi Sensei's health if I can find anything. Because I would love, because when Hunter x Hunter comes back as well, I'll be reviewing that again. So for both of our beloved mangaka, I will be checking out as much as I can and giving any updates that I possibly can to the best of my ability, even if I have to go through Google Translate again. So, I apologize for taking up so much of you guys' time. If this video is informative to you, because nobody likes this news. I don't like this news. I very much dreaded this. So, if you are at least better informed or whatnot, please like this video and do subscribe so you can hear any news that I get. Because honestly, there aren't that many reviewers I've seen that have actually either reviewed the series or really kept up on, the releases afterwards. Like, I think maybe Chibi Reviews did at one point, but I don't think he covered the previous chapter, actually. So I feel like he, went into it back when it started and so on and so forth, and probably a lot of other people did the same. So when it comes down to that, I'm one of the guys that will stick to doing that for you, because I want to know myself. So aside from all of that, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Please show support to both of the mangaka mentioned, Togashi and Hoshino, by buying the official releases instead of just going through each of the scantillations. When Volume 25 comes out in America, I will be buying D.Gray-man's 25th volume, which would probably be the first I actually have for that one. So please do support their releases. And for all you Americans, hold on there. We're going through a rough patch. I'm not just talking about Hoshino's health. So happy Inauguration Day! Yeah, I'm basically done now. Thanks for watching. Smalls out.